I died on Black Friday, crushed under the stampede of desperate shoppers, my ribs splintering like cheap plastic toys as the crowd surged for the last flat-screen deal. At 16, I thought the worst pain was the betrayal in my mother's eyes when she whispered, "You're the new guardian now," refusing the surgery that could have saved me. But waking up in my own body, gasping for air in that same chaotic mall 15 years earlier, I realized death wasn't the end. It was just the beginning of my revenge. The fluorescent lights buzzed overhead like angry hornets, and the air reeked of cheap perfume and sweat-soaked desperation. Black Friday at the Willow Creek Mall in suburban Chicago, 2010. I was 16, all gangly limbs and braces, dragged along by Mom for her annual ritual of elbowing housewives for doorbusters. "Demi, stay close," she'd barked, her voice sharp as the heels she wore despite the crowds. But I didn't. I wandered toward the electronics section, mesmerized by the glowing screens promising escape from our crumbling two-bedroom rental. That's when it happened. A roar like thunder. The line broke. People shoved, screamed, trampled. I went down hard, my backpack snagging on a display rack, yanking me underfoot. Boots and sneakers pummeled my chest, my legs. I tasted blood, felt bones give way. Paramedics pulled me out eventually, a broken doll with a punctured lung and internal bleeding. The ER doc said surgery was urgent. Drain the fluid, stitch the tears.
But Mom, God, Mom.
She hovered by my bedside, her face a mask of something I couldn't place. Grief? Resolve? She signed the refusal form with a steady hand, murmuring about fate and guardians. The nurses protested, but she was my legal guardian. I flatlined that night, her hand cold on mine, her last words echoing, "You're the new guardian now, Demi. Carry it for me." Blackness. Then jolt, eyes snapping open to chaos. Not the sterile beep of monitors, but the mall's frenzy. Pushy elbows, blaring announcements, limited stock on TVs, first come, first served. My heart hammered, but my body, it was whole. Braces pinching my cheeks, backpack slung over one shoulder, the same faded Nirvana tee from that morning. I glanced at my phone, November 26th, 2010. 15 years back.
重生.
Reborn. Whatever you call it, I was here before the fall. Panic clawed at me first, a wild thing in my chest. Was this a dream? A coma hallucination? I pinched my arm hard enough to bruise. Pain bloomed real and raw. No, this was flesh and blood, my flesh pre-shattered. The crowd pressed in, a living wave, and I stumbled back against a pillar, breath ragged. Memories flooded. The hospital room's antiseptic sting, Mom's unyielding stare as she chose. What? Death for me? For some cryptic guardian bullshit? I'd spent my afterlife, if that's what the void was, piecing it together in fragments. Whispers from the beyond, or maybe just rage-fueled delusion. Mom wasn't just negligent. She was complicit. In something bigger. A family's secret buried deeper than my grave. I had to get out. Weave through the throng without drawing eyes. But revenge burned already, a slow fuse lit in my veins. 15 years to plan, to unravel. Mom thought she could bury her sins with me. She'd learn different. Starting now. I spotted her across the food court, hunched over a pretzel stand, haggling with a vendor like it was the end times. Same peroxide blonde bob, same pinch lips. Evelyn Hargrove, queen of bargains and bad decisions. Our eyes met, and she waved me over with that fake bright smile.
Demi.
There you are. Grabbed you a cinnamon one on sale. Her voice was sugar-coated nails on chalkboard. In my old life, I'd have scarfed it down, grateful for the gesture.
Now?
It tasted like ash in my mind. Thanks, Mom. I forced the words, my voice cracking like it should for a teen. Inside, I catalogued her. The faint tremor in her hands, nerves, guilt leaking through. The oversized purse slung crossbody, bulging with deals. I'd seen that purse in the hospital, stuffed with papers she wouldn't let the social worker touch. We trudged home through the gray drizzle, the Subaru's wipers slapping rhythm like a metronome to my plodding. Home was the same sagging duplex on Elm Street, Dad long gone, booze and a one-way ticket to nowhere after Mom's accidental pregnancy with me. She'd raised me solo, drilling in lessons of survival. Hustle or starve, Demi. Worlds for takers.
Irony that.
She'd taken my life. That night, as she unpacked her hauls, socks for $1, a blender she'd returned for cash, I slipped into her room while she showered. The purse. Heart pounding, I rifled it.
Coupons, receipts.
And a crumpled envelope. Yellowed, addressed to Evelyn, keeper of the line. Inside, a photo. Me as a toddler, grinning toothless on a faded quilt, but scrawled on the back, "The vessel awakens. Protect the guardian at all costs." What the hell? Footsteps. I shoved it back, dashed to my room. Water ran longer than usual. Was she crying? In my memories, post-accident, she'd spiraled, booze, men, a string of evictions. But why refuse the surgery? Why, new guardian? It gnawed at me, a hook in my gut. School Monday was a blur of lockers and leers. Lincoln High, where jocks ruled and dreams died in study hall. I was Invisible Demi then, the thrift store kid with hand-me-downs.
Now?
Armed with future knowledge, I scanned for allies, threats. First period English, Mrs. Keller droned on Poe, but my mind raced. Expose Mom's secret, but how without tipping her? She was sharp, Evelyn. Could smell bullshit a mile off. Lunch. I sat alone, picking at mystery meat, when Jake slid in across from me. Jake Harlan, football golden boy, the one who'd trample me in the Stampede. Unintentional, sure, but his bulk started the pile-on. In my old timeline, he visited the hospital once. All awkward apologies and carnations. Sweet kid, really. Now his grin was boyish, unscarred by regret.
Hey, Dim.
You okay? Looked spooked at the mall. Spooked? Try resurrected.
Yeah, just.
Crowds freak me out. Lie smooth as silk. We chatted, surface stuff, classes, the upcoming game. But I probed. Your folks ever drag you Black Friday shopping?
Mina's a fiend.
He laughed. Nah, Dad's all about online deals. Says malls are war zones.
Wat honest.
Apartment. As the bell rang, I filed it away. Jake could be useful. Innocent eyes, but connected. His dad was the mayor's aide. Small town leverage. Home after, Mom was on the phone, voice low and urgent. No, not yet. The signs aren't there. She's just a kid.
Click.
She turned, startled.
Demi?
Homework. Done. I edged closer, casual. Who was that? Work stuff. Bills.
Lie.
Her eyes darted. Classic Evelyn evasion. Dinner was tense, silent forks scraping plates. That night, I Googled on our ancient dial-up. Guardian vessel family secret.
Forum Poped, Cul Trembling, Inheritance Scam.
Nothing solid. But one thread chilled me. Midwest families with lineage keepers, passing down cursed heirlooms tied to old money. Black Friday? Timing felt off, but maybe the mall rush was cover for something. Weeks blurred. I played the part. Dutiful daughter. Acing tests with cribbed future knowledge. AP Bio? Easy when you've lived it. But I dug. Snuck peeks at Mom's mail, letters from a P.O. box in Gary, Indiana. The Order of the Veil. Sounded like LARP bullshit, but the seals were ornate, wax stamped with a veiled woman. A cult? Or just eccentric rich folks? Thanksgiving loomed. Black Friday's Eve. Mom ramped up, stockpiling canned goods like doomsday prepping. Family tradition, Demi. We honor the old ways. Old ways? She'd never mentioned. I pressed. What ways, Mom? Dad sighed. Her face shuddered. Your father was weak. Left us to this. Venom dripped. Dad, Tom Hargrove, trucker, who OD'd when I was 5. Official story, accident. But her tone. Suspicion bloomed. Did she have a hand in that too? I needed proof. Late night, I jimmied her lock. Years of watching crime shows paid off. Journal, leather-bound, hidden under floorboards. Pages yellowed. Entries from 95. Tom found out about the line. The guardian must be pure, untainted. If he talks. Crossed out. Handle it. Below. Accident arranged. Insurance covers. My stomach roiled. Dad murdered? For what? Deeper. The veil's artifact, the locket. Passed mother to daughter. Wearer becomes guardian. Controls the fortune. But only if unchallenged. Demi must be prepared. Sketches. A locket. Intricate. With a hidden compartment. Fortune? Our broke-ass life screamed otherwise. The pieces slotted. Mom killed Dad to seize control, but botched it. The order rejected her, tainted by greed. She needed me as vessel, pure bloodline. The accident? Staged? No, random, but opportunity. Refuse surgery, let me die, claim me as martyr guardian, inherit through loophole. Twisted genius. Rage boiled, but I tamped it.
Not yet.
Black Friday approached. This time, I'd survive. And expose her. The mall loomed again. Siren call of consumerism. Mom gripped my arm like a vice as we parked. Stick with me, Demi. It's chaos out there. Her eyes, feverish, scanning not for deals, but signs? I nodded, pulse thundering. Inside, the horde swelled. I let her lead toward electronics. But I veered subtle toward security cams. Future me knew. Blind spots by the fountain. Bathroom, I muttered, slipping away. She called after, but the roar swallowed it. I hunkered in shadows, watching. Mom didn't shop. She met a man, tall, suited, face obscured by hat. Handshake, envelope exchange. The girl, he murmured.
Soon.
The ritual completes on the rush. Ritual? My blood iced. They planned this. Use the Stampede as cover for. What? Kidnapping me mid-chaos? No time. I bolted back, but the wave hit, announcement blared. Doors opened.
Surge.
I dove under a bench, curling fetal, as feet thundered past. Shouts falls. Somewhere, Mom's voice. Demi, where? A body slammed down. Jake?
No, stranger.
I held breath, counting heartbeats. Minutes? Eternity. Then, sirens wail. Paramedics swarmed. They found me huddled, lucky kid. Mom rushed in, hysterical, Oscar-worthy. My baby. Thank God. But her eyes gleamed. Relief? Or calculation foiled? Hospital this time. I insisted on surgery.
Mom, sign it.
Please. Her hesitation, palpable. Nurses hovered. Mrs. Hargrove? Ink scratched.
Fine.
For you, Demi. But I saw the crack, fear. The order wouldn't like loose ends. Recovery blurred, stitches itching, jello tasteless. Jake visited, flowers in hand. Heard about the scare. You're tough, democratic. His smile warmed the chill. We talked hours, dreams, escapes. He wanted law school, fight corruption. Ironic. Help me someday? I teased.
He blushed.
Anytime. Discharge. Mom collected me. Silent drive. Home. She unpacked deals. Nothing from the meat. Burned the envelope? I waited till she slept, then searched again. Locket. Tucked in her jewelry box. Tarnished silver. Veiled lady etched. Inside. Tiny scroll. The bearer commands the veil's wealth. $50 million. Hidden in Chicago vaults. But betrayal voids it. Jackpot. Mom's greed. The betrayal. She killed Dad. Tried for me. Now I'd flip it. Plan coalesced. Infiltrate the order. Use Jake's connections. But first, confrontation. Subtle. Mom found this. I dangled the locket at breakfast. Her fork clattered. Where? In your stuff. What's it mean? Guardian? Pale as milk. Family heirloom. Nothing. Liar. Voice steal. Adult steal in teen throat. Dad. The accident. You? Silence stretched brittle. Then crumble. He was going to tell. The order. They'd choose pure lines. Tom wanted out, take the money. I couldn't let him ruin us. Us. Or you? Fury crested.
And me?
Black Friday. You let me die. Tears, crocodile. The ritual. Martyr's blood seals it. You'd be honored, Demi. Eternal. Insane. Honored? I was 16. She lunged, grabbed my wrist. You don't understand. The power. I wrenched free, bolted for the door.
I'm telling. Cops.
Everyone. Outside. Rain-slicked streets. Phone to Jake. Help.
Now.
Sirens wailed in my future memories, but this time, they were for me, for justice. Jake's truck screeched up minutes later, headlights cutting the downpour like accusatory beams.
Demi?
What's going on? His voice cracked with worry, that all-American boy-next-door concern that made my chest ache with what-ifs.
Mom.
She killed Dad. Tried for me too. Words tumbled, raw. I thrust the locket into his hand, scroll fluttering like a damning flag. He scanned it, jaw tightening, future lawyer gears turning. Holy shit. We got a call. No cops yet. Controversial call, yeah. Burn me inside out. But the order? Shadowy fucks with money and reach. One wrong move. We'd both vanish. Your dad, mayor's office. Pull strings quiet.
Get me proof.
He nodded, no questions. Trust, rare currency in my double life. We drove to his place, a sprawling colonial on the hill, all picket fence perfection. His mom buzzed around with Coco, oblivious. Jake's room. Posters of Lincoln and Obama, law books stacked like fortresses. Stay here tonight. Safe. I crashed on his couch, locket clutched like talisman. Sleep dodged me. Replays of the Stampede, Mom's whisper. Dawn brought resolve. Text to Mom, at friends. Need space. Her reply, come home.
We talk.
Love you. Venom in the pixels. Jake's dad, Harlan Sr., was a bulldog in Brooks Brothers, met us in his study, cigar smoke curling like secrets. Son says it's bad.
Spill. I did.
Locket journal snippets I'd snapped pics, the meat at them all. His brow furrowed. Order of the Veil? Rings bells. Old society, Chicago old money. Tied to prohibition bootleggers, laundered through charities. Mayors cracked down, but they're ghosts. Help me expose them. Plea edged desperate. Mom's in deep. Killed for this. He leaned back, weighing. Dangerous game, kid. But if it's murder? Pen tapped. I'll loop in a detective off books. You got the journal? Snuck it. Lie still buried at home. Risky play. Return, retrieve. Controversial? Hell yes. Walking into the lioness's den. Back at Elm by noon. Mom waited on the stoop, eyes red-rimmed. Demi, baby. Journal.
Now. No wodoms.
She deflated, led me in. Handed it over, trembling. Don't do this. The order. They'll come for you. Good.
Letching.
I bolted with it, heart jackhammer. Harlan's detective, Ruiz, met me at a diner, greasy spoon off I-90. Latina, sharp as switchblades, badge hidden under leather jacket. Kid, this is mob shit wrapped in mysticism. Your ma's name pops in old files. Witness protection dropout.
Dad.
Overdose staged.
Yeah.
She flipped pages. Veil's real. Trust fund from 1920s. $50 mill untaxed. Guardians protect it via rituals. Bullshit cover for laundering. Mom's angle. Sees it solo. Off the Pure Line script. My death. Fast track inheritance. Paint me as sacrificial lamb. Twisted piety for profit. Ruiz tap dash. We build case. Why are you? Catch her confessing.
Bait.
Stomach knotted. Controversial as hell. Playing Judas to my own blood. But betrayal cuts both ways. Do it. Week slid greasy. School facade. I laughed with Jake in halls, stole kisses behind Jim. First sparks of real, not reborn feeling. You're different lately, he murmured, thumb tracing my jaw. Stronger. Life short. Truth bitter. Home. Tension thick as fog. Mom tiptoed, cooked favorites, left notes. Proud of you. I nodded, smiled brittle. Wired vest chafed under sweater, Ruiz's van parked 2 blocks over. Friday night, rain again, echoing Black Friday's omen. Dinner, meatloaf, her specialty. Demi about Tom. I was scared. Young. The order promised security. Click, recorder live in my pocket. Security? By killing him. Fork paused. He threatened to expose. Take the locket, run. I arranged the pills. For us. Us. Always us. Voice steady, venom laced. And me? The mall, you met that guy. Plan to let the crowd finish what you started. Silence, then nod damning. The ritual demands blood of the line. Yours, pure. Martyr's end unlocks the vaults. You'd be legend, Demi. Free us. Free? You murdered for money. Rage crested, chair scraping back. She rose too, face crumpling. I did it for you. This life, scraping by. The veil's ours by right. Right? Her delusion cracked me open. Cops say hi. I tapped pocket. Her eyes widened, horror, then fury. You little. Lunge. She grabbed a knife from the block, kitchen warrior. I dodged, heart slamming. Mom, stop. But she swung wild, blade nicking my arm. Sting, warm trickle. Door burst, ruish, badge flashing, cuff snapping. Evelyn Hargrove, you're under arrest. Murder, conspiracy. Mom sagged, knife clattering. Demi. The guardian. Not yours anymore. Words steel. They hauled her out, rain swallowing her sobs. Jake wrapped me in his jacket, blood seeping through. You okay? Shook head. Never again. Headlines hit Monday. Local mom busted in cult murder plot. Order unraveled. Raids on P.O. boxes. Arrests in Gary. The locket? Confiscated. Fortune seized for victims' fund. Ironic justice. But twist lurked. Weeks later, Ruiz called. Kid, your blood. Tests from the hospital? Anomalies. Not just trauma. Chill. What? Your. Not fully Evelyn's. Donor egg? The order's pure line was engineered. Your lab-grown heir. Reborn twice over. Mom's betrayal? Layered lie. She didn't birth me, stole me from the vial to claim the pot. Rage reignited, but softer now. Jake proposed senior year. Ring simple, promise solid. Build new, Demi. I said yes. Revenge tasted bittersweet, but freedom? Sweeter still. Yet in quiet nights, the locket's echo whispered, guardians never die. Was this end? Or intermission? Graduation caps sailed like confetti grenades, June sun baking Lincoln High's field into a sweatbox. I stood tall in my gown, Jake's hand hot in mine, diploma crisp, valedictorian, cribbed from future smarts. Mom's trial loomed summer's end, but for now, cheers drowned the ghosts. Demi-Hargrove. Principal boomed. Applause, polite, laced with whispers. Small-town scandal sticks like gum. After-party at Jake's. Bonfire crackling. Beer snuck from his dad's stash. I sipped slow, buzz light. Couldn't afford blackout regrets. Ruiz texted updates. Plea deal brewing. Your ma's singing. Naming order bigwigs. Good. Let the dominoes fall. But the blood test nagged, a splinter under skin. Lab-grown? Engineered? I'd Googled deep. Fertility clinics in the 90s, anonymous donors for elite clients. The veil, not just money, but eugenics' wet dream. Pure lines via IVF selecting for traits, smarts, health, maybe obedience. Mom? Surrogate handler, or thief who implanted herself with the chosen embryo to hijack the inheritance. Confrontation brewed. I drove to Cook County Jail solo. Jake begged off. Too raw. Yellow brick fortress, buzzer gates. Visitation room. Sterile, plexiglass divide. Mom shuffled in, orange jumpsuit swallowing her frame, hair limp without bleach. Voice tinny through speaker. Eyes hollow, but spark of old fire. Why? No hello. Straight gut punch. The egg. You stole me? Blink. Then laugh, hollow bark. Stole? I birthed you. Carried 9 months of hell for that locket's promise.
Lie.
Ruiz's files burned in my bag. Clinic records. Donor 47B. Selected traits. You were custodian, not mom. Face twisted, grief, rage cocktail. Custodian? They treated me like dirt. Evelyn, watch the lab rats. Tom and me, scraping for rent. When I saw the file, the pure one, I swapped. Implanted myself. You were mine.
Mean it.
Echoed her mantra. So you'd kill for it?
Dad me?
Tears tracked. Tom found the swap. Blackmailed. Wanted half. The order. They have ways. Pills were mercy. Mercy? Snort. And Black Friday? Ritual blood. Desperation. The surge. Perfect veil. Your death, my claim. But you survived. Stubborn like me. Flattery?
No.
I'm ending it. Vaults to charity. No more guardians. Her laugh chilled. Fool girl. The order's bigger. Branches everywhere. You're marked, the vessel. They'll come. Threat hung. Buzzer buzzed time. I rose. Rot here. Outside. Sky bruised purple. Jake waited in truck. How'd it go? Closure.
Lie.
Storm clouds gathered. Literal. Metaphorical. Summer scorched on. Jake and I road tripped. Route 66 echoes. Motels with neon buzz. Chicago's skyline glittered promise. Northwestern for me. Law for him. But paranoia crept. Shadows in rear views. Hang-ups on landline. Order remnants? Moms, they'll come. August. Trial. Courthouse swarmed. Reporters, gawkers. I testified, voice steady. She refused surgery. Called me guardian. Jury gasped at journal reads. Dad's murder, my martyr plot. Mom's defense. Delusional cult pressure.
Bull.
Verdict. Guilty, life no parole. Her stare, as they led her. Pride? Regret? Remember, Demi. Blood calls. Post-trial haze. Headlines faded, life normalized. But the twist hit October. Letter, no stamp, slipped under dorm door. Wax seal. Veiled lady. Inside. The line indoors. Claim your birthright.
Uncle there.
Uncle? Mom's brother. Dead, per records. I burned it, but sleep fled. Dreams. Stampede morphing to lab tubes. Me floating embryo. Mom's gloved hands. Jake noticed. Talked to me. Over pumpkin spice lattes. Autumn crisp. I spilled. The swap, the letter. His face darkened. We go public. Expose the whole damn thing. Controversial? Leaking sealed clinic files? Yeah. But Revenge 2.0 beckoned. We hacked. Well, Jake's prof buddy. Ethics be damned. Files dumped. Vale's network. Politico's CEOs. Designer babies for dynasties. Front page Sun-Times. Elite cults baby factory expose. Fallout. FBI raids. Congressional hearings. I testified again. Face blurred on CNN. I'm product of their hubris. No more. But high came with crash. November, Black Friday Eve. Jake proposed proper. Neon sand at Lake Michigan. Ring glinting.
Marie-me, demi.
Rewrite it all.
Tears, yes.
Joy, fragile. Then, the call, Ruiz, voice grave. Kid, your Uncle V? Victor Langston. Mom's brother, alive. Faked death, 05. He's the order's architect.
Chill.
Where? Coming for you. The locket, duplicate exists. Your blood activates both. Trap sprung. That night, dorm shadows lengthened. Knock, soft. Door creaked. Man in coat, silver hair, eyes like mom's, calculating.
Demi.
Niece. Victor. Gun? No, locket, twin to mine, dangling. Join or die. The line needs you. Fight or flight. I chose fight, grabbed lamp, swung. Crack his head. He crumpled, locket skittering. Sirens, Jake, Ruiz tipped off. Victor cuffed, spitting. You can't stop it. Guardian's blood, yours. Fuels the next. Next? Labs shuddered, but seeds. Wedding spring. Cherry blossoms. Jake's vows steady. I walk dial. Mom's ghost hovering. Honeymoon. Hawaii. Waves washing doubts. But epilogue whispered. Pregnancy test positive. Our kid. Natural. Untainted. Or is it? Blood calls. Revenge complete? Or cycle reborn? 1 year blurred to 2. Jake and I nesting in a Wrigleyville walk-up. Cubs posters peeling, kitchenette stocked with takeout menus. Law degrees framed, his firm gig prosecuting white-collar sleaze, mine at a non-profit gutting cults. Life's rhythm. Coffee runs, lazy Sundays, the swell of my belly under loose tees. Baby Hargrove Harlan, due summer, our reset button. But Victor's words festered. The line needs you. Post-arrest, he lawyered up, big firm, veil money laundering through shells. Trial dragged, mistrial on technicals.
Free, for now.
Letters persisted. The child. Purest vessel yet. Paranoia peaked Black Friday 13. Ironies bite. Mall avoided. We streamed deals, feet up. But midnight knock. Jake answered, face ashen.
Demi.
It's her.
Mom.
Released? No. Parole hearing fast-tracked. Model prisoner. She stood threshold. Gaunt eyes pleading. Just talk. For the baby. Jake tensed, hand on phone. 5 minutes. He stepped out, guard dog. Kitchen table, same as that wired night. Mom clutched tea mug, knuckles white. I was wrong.
Jail.
Clears the head. Too late. Voice flat. Belly kicked. Protest? Not for family. Her gaze dropped. Victor's coming. The duplicate locket. It's key to your line. Only your blood opens the secondary vault. $20 mill more hidden.
Bait.
Why tell? Redemption. Whisper. I swapped you for greed. But you're mine. Fought for you in chaos. Let me protect now. Controversial crossroads. Trust the monster? Or lone wolf it? Proof. She slid envelope, maps, codes. Vault in Gary. Ritual site. He's planning snatch. Use the kid as leverage. Heart stuttered. We go to cops.
No.
Urgency cracked. Vale owns judges. Trust me, one last time. Insane. But gut twisted. Maternal instinct bleeding through timelines. Tomorrow. Neutral ground.
She nodded, left.
Jake stormed back. What the hell? Plan. I laid it. Wire her again. Ruiz on standby. He argued. Risky. Baby. Our future.
Kiss sealed it.
Dawn drive to Gary. Rusted mills. P.O. box ghosts. Abandoned warehouse. Vale's heart. Mom led. Flashlight beam jittery. Here.
Concrete vast. Echoes mocking.
Locket. Hers now. Retrieved from evidence. Swung like pendulum. Drop blood on the altar. Unlocks. Altar. Slab etch symbols. I pricked finger. Drip. Click. Wall parted. Vault gleam. But lights flared. Victor. Shadows coalescing goons suits. Sister.
Niece.
Predictable. Mom spun. Knife from sleeve. For her. Lunge. Chaos. She slashed. Blood sprayed. Not his, hers. Goon tackled. Shot cracked. Suppressor hush. She crumpled. Gurgle.
No. Scream Tore.
Victor advanced. Locket twin raised.
Now, Demi.
Or join her. Rage primal. I charged. Belly no hindrance. Future strength surged. Grabbed shard glass from floor. Slashed his hand. Blood mingled. Vault hummed. Doors slamming shut on him. Goons trapped.
Ruiz barst. Swat cascade.
Federal warrant. Cuffs screams. Victor spat. The line ends. I knelt by Mom. Hand in hers. Why? Eyes dimmed. Love. Twisted. Forgive. Words stuck. Go in peace.
She sighed, gone.
Ambulance wail. Too late. Aftermath. Vault seized. $70 mill to victims. Abuse survivors, cult escapes. Victor. Life, no deals. Jake held me through funerals. Mom's quiet. Ashes to Lake Michigan. Baby came July. Girl, Ellie. Tiny fists, fierce cry. No tests, our choice. Natural, line broken. Year stacked. Ellie toddling, Jake's promotion, my book deal. Shadows reborn. A survivor's reckoning. Bestseller. Controversies flew. Exploits tragedy. But voices amplified. Cults crumbled. Black Fridays? We volunteer. Soup kitchens, anti-consumer rants. Ellie asks once, why no mall, mommy? Bad memories. Smile. Better ones now. Twists end. Letters stopped. But in quiet, Lockett's echo fades, not gone. Reborn. I guard my own. Family, fierce and free. Revenge? Not victory march, but quiet dismantling. Betrayal's scar fades. Love's ink sets permanent. And that's the American dream. Messy, bloody, reborn.